G'day everyone, welcome to Rumball's Fishroom. So, today I'm thinking we just do a classic old Q&A. I want to try maybe get a few more guests up today. I think I always get a bit caught up in the moment on the live streams and I forget to share the link with some more people. So, maybe at like the 30-minute mark, I might try and get a panel of 4 up. We'll see, maybe 3 people don't actually want to join me. But we will have our usual guest who I'm sure all of you know who that is. He's just waiting backstage at the minute. Before we get stuck into the Q&A, but I just say hi to everyone. Hey Matty D, so you got a nice early comment in there. Dan's Fishroom, Blake's Aquatics. Obviously, I can see Blake on the screen there. Lefty, Chev, always here, good to see, and GRB Aquatics, welcome. So without any further ado, let's welcome our guest. Can you guess who it is? I just said who it is, didn't I?
Morning, how you going?
G'day, mate.
What a great day for a stream, hey?
Yeah, pouring down with rain here.
And g'day, Matty D, Lefty, Chevy, GRB, Dan, how you going? And Liam. Pouring down. It's been real windy here. I was worried me tanks that I'm storing outside were going to blow away yesterday. It was so windy. It usually isn't too much of a worry.
Oh, yeah. What, glass tanks? Was it that windy?
Yeah, there's no chance they're going to be lifted, but...
So,
there are many things we can do together.
Gotta mute this.
What was that?
My bad. Just
so Liam, yes, Ethan is buying TPS. I don't really have enough room to keep her, and my goal is to concentrate on F2 from Charles, so I don't really have a use for her now. Not that she still isn't a good breeder, but yeah, it's time to move her on.
Nice.
She's off to pick up some fish. I hope they're cool fish.
So,
G'day, John.
My big thing this week is I need to go back out. I haven't been to a fish store apart from the one that is like local to me, but they don't stock a lot of the stuff I'm into. So I'm gonna do a couple of tours this week. I reckon get back amongst the usual hangouts.
Yeah, nice. I went to one of my fish stores the other week to get the Siamese algae eaters, and they weren't even letting anyone in the store. It was like front door service.
Yeah. I've noticed that a few of them down here have been doing like home delivery and stuff if you're within a radius, which is kind of good.
Yeah. Luckily, when I went to the shop, but I was after a specific fish, so I just asked out the door and they had them.
Yeah, true. I better check that, like the operating hours and the, if I'm going to be allowed in too because for me, I have to drive like an hour and a half to get to a fish store pretty much.
Yeah. All right. I hate wearing my glasses on live stream. It's just a constant glare. Lucky I'm only slightly blind. If I go, if I go control and roll the mouse, I can zoom in and the writing's nice and blurry but readable. Maybe I won't miss the comments with them this big.
I just remain in denial with my needing of glasses. I have them in the car for when I drive at night, but that's about it. I tell myself I don't need it.
Yeah, so my prescription is quite weak, but if I don't wear them, I definitely notice I get headaches and that.
Yeah.
But so like now I can live like normal without them, and especially like if I get up in the morning and don't put them on, like I get used to the strain straight away,
Mm.
and it's like I don't know, I like strain the muscles in my eyes more, and that's why I get the headaches. But,
Yeah, or the other situation that I wear mine is if I go to like the footy or live sport, and
oh
after
yeah,
I watch the game, then I take them off. And I'm like, oh, is this how I walk around all the time?
yeah. So the main one for me, when everybody is like, "What's the difference between glasses and no glasses?" The main one for me is like walking or driving down the road, and you look up at the trees and you can see each leaf individually. I think like I reckon that's an eye test in itself. Like if you can see the leaves, like
Yeah.
without even going to an optometrist, I think that was one of the first things I remember when I got glasses was the tree leaves.
Well, because I never really thought about it or anything, but I was working on this construction site at a gas plant, and they were doing prescription for safety goggles or whatever, for free. So I was like, oh well, I'll go get the test while I'm here on site and see if I can get some safety glasses or whatever. And the site was like a square kilometer, so like what's that, like half a mile or something like that. And the first time I wore them out on site, I was like, holy hell, like you can see all the way down there, like there's a crane like 900 meters away and people can see it, but I couldn't. So it
Yeah.
was a real eye opener.
GRB getting technical with numbers down there. I can't remember what mine are plus or minus, but my left eye has astigmatism, which is like 50 degrees, and my right eye has a 100 degrees, but I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, so I think that's plus 0.5 plus 0.1.
Maybe.
Which I have a
But
similar thing. I have 0.75 in one side and 0.5 in the other.
yeah, so like, and then when I've got contact lenses, which you guys have seen. But when I went to buy the contact lenses, there's like all these ranges and all these brands and ranging in price. And then my prescription, there's only one brand, and it's like the most expensive contact lens in the whole store.
That'd be right.
So I wear the motorbike riding, but other than that, it's like I think it worked out to about $4 a pair. So imagine wearing them every day.
Yeah. For somebody who's a bit self-conscious about glasses, you chose the largest ones possible.
I've got I got some slim frame ones as well. These ones are actually they're pretty old. I had prescription Ray-Ban sunglasses, so I wanted at the time. I don't have them anymore. So when I bought these, it was actually like the closest to matching the sunglasses that I had.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Tinra with the plus 6. Wow. That's crazy. You would have to just sticky tape some telescopes to your head.
I like how it's I had plus 6. Do you have or had?
Maybe got laser.
Oh
It'd
yeah, that's a good point.
be worthwhile if you were rocking with some plus 6s.
Hey, all right. So before the Q&A starts on my side, I've got a question for you, Blake. It's YouTube related.
Yeah.
So when you go live, when you schedule a live stream, how do I see my own video so I can grab a link?
So
like,
in StreamYard, in the scheduler, there'll be a view on YouTube thing, but you'll have to be out. Like, you have to go back to the dashboard where you set it up.
all right, so I'll do that next time, because I keep going into YouTube and going like your videos and I can't find it, but I found it's there now.
Yeah, it's there while it's live and as a recording, and you have to set it up as a when you set out the layout of your YouTube page, it's an option to put upcoming streams up the top. So I did that as
Yeah,
well.
right.
But yeah, it's easy done. We can sort it out offline or whatever.
I really got to learn how to use YouTube better.
Well, yeah, you're
I set
getting
up.
up there now. Big 1.1.
Yeah,
I was
I
saying to
see.
Akram the other day, like, imagine 1,100 people in a room, like, and you're up the front, and they want to see whatever you've got to say. Pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. It's like I was the other day. I was playing What Do You Meme,
Yeah, love that.
and it was like a room of 12 people, and yeah, so we're breaking rules.
Yeah.
And it was coming around, and it was coming up to my turn to read, and like I'm dyslexic, so like I get a bit funny about reading, and I was like, this is dumb. I'm more nervous to play a card game than I am to record and post a video for hundreds of people to watch.
Yeah. Strange. I even remember like the first few videos, I felt weird like looking into a camera, or I wouldn't do it if anybody was around. Like I know sometimes you get your partner to hold the camera and stuff, but I just feel way too awkward. The other day I filmed something in the living room, like on the tank that isn't there. My missus was watching TV, and I was like, oh man, that was the worst sounding recording ever, because I was like very robotic, so she didn't take the mickey out of me.
Yeah.
But she watches them
Um,
anyway, so I don't really know why I was worried. But yeah, it was strange.
my little sister, she's like 15. Every time I see her, she's like, "Hi, it's Breno. Hi, it's Brendan," and like just walks around doing that the whole time. And I'm like, you don't even watch my videos because you're not even getting the intro right.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Actually, it was my mum's birthday on Friday, so we were around there having dinner. And of course, you know, these days I only wear the crispiest Blake's Aquatics merch. So I was wearing some of my own shirts, and they're like, "Oh, that's a cool shirt." They saw my logo on the back. They're like, "Oh, do you have shirts?" I was like, "Yeah." So I made a couple of sales. They picked up some, and I was happy about that. And then my dad was like, "Oh, I drive so much, but so I can't watch videos." I said, "Well, you know, I got the Blake's Aquatics podcast." And he goes, "What? Are you joking?" I was like, "Nah, I'm everywhere. You can't escape me. There's no excuse." So I got another follower on the pod.
um, well, even so, I just watch. So I click on your videos and other YouTubers because I like keeping up to date on the Oz Fish Fam, but I'm just too I don't have time to watch them, and I click audio only, and like it's not that hard to follow a channel without the visual. Like obviously, like when you were building the terrarium, I couldn't actually see, like you were saying how I remember you were saying like the foam wasn't working the way you wanted.
Yeah.
So I got no idea what that was referring to, but like I still had the storyline of the build, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Like now that I've got because I just paid for YouTube Premium for some reason, can't remember why. But the good thing about it is you can turn off your screen and it still plays like in the background. So I
Yeah.
was doing the same thing yesterday. I can't remember what I was doing, setting up a tank or something probably. And yeah, I had your video, Thirsty's video. It was actually good. A lot of Ozfish tubers uploaded yesterday, so there's like 4 or 5 videos to go through while I'm out here doing my thing.
I've been ignoring the comments.
Eyesight naturally got better. Did you eat a lot of carrots, Tinra?
Nah, carrots is for dark, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. The old beta carotene. You guys are running through the old Makita radio while I'm painting. Nice. I'll have to do.
Go.
I was wondering, Dan, about your build as well. I was looking at that the other day. Is it wise to cut the PVC through the bracing? I know that it's only going to be stopping it buying out, but I probably would have attached it underneath personally.
he's actually contacted me about it. I think his tanks are only 18 by 18, so it's not a lot of bearing weight compared to like a 2 foot deep or anything. So what I told him to do is take the PVC out and seal inside the hole and paint inside and then put it back through. And then it's right near the back, so it doesn't have any pivoting weight there. So just keep an eye on them when he sets the tank up, and he will be able to notice if one fatigues before the rest.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Personally, I probably would have slept better at night if it was just underneath. I know you lose a bit of space, but how often do you need your arm all the way at the back of the tank? You know, you can lose a bit of space just right up the top back.
Mine's actually got a 70mm pipe underneath, and I don't notice it. But it's only like 100 mil off the back wall. But so those tanks are like 2.5 foot deep. So it is a bit different.
If I stop buying so much things, I'll move soon. So I'm watching with like a hawk all these Fishroom builds that are going on, and I'm going to be starting to build a few racks and stuff soon. Just like I can use them in here anyway. So just start to sort of dabble in these sort of things and get confident and all that. Probably have to buy a drop saw. So it'll be exciting.
Yeah, well, it looks like Dan's painted in there.
Also, I was a bit concerned about I can't understand what you've done with the storage area on the right side. But what is that? What is that board there? Is it particle board, or because you've got the legs of the stands going down onto a board, and then the legs of that board are offset. So I just worry about them just shearing straight through the board.
I'm trying to find photos now.
I am technically an engineer, so I do like to overthink a lot of these things. I do like to.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
How much do you critique my videos, Blake?
I close my eyes. Audio.
Did you ever see? I don't think you would have. Did you ever see the photos when I was building my water change rack with the 2 IBCs 10 foot in the air?
Nah, but I see it whenever you go into the fish room, and yeah, it does make me nervous. Actually, I'm more nervous about that than the 8 foot on the IBCs, to be honest.
So yeah, it's definitely not engineer approved. But the legs on it, it's got like 120 by 90 legs on it. They're quite large.
Yeah, that's huge then. Fisheye lens and all that is always going to make things look a bit weird too.
It's got, I think for the 4 corners, there's actually 90 by 90 Jarrah posts connected to a 45 by 90 pine, so they're like laminated together.
Yeah. Don't have a face under the fly. I'll have a face around that base. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't really zoom in further on the photo, so I wasn't really sure, but I just thought better than when you put, a dozen tanks on it, having the legs just punch straight through the ply.
I'm looking at it now. You can see the frame under it. The only thing I worry about there is are the legs underneath the upper legs, or are they like in between?
Yeah,
it kind of looks.
That's what I was worried about.
Do those long legs not run to the ground?
No.
But that would be easy enough, just to chop like 400 mil blocks or whatever the length is underneath it.
Yeah, I guess the good thing is that it's screwed to the studs on the other side, so like it will hold like a bit of a like a turning movement sort of thing,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of weight. A couple of them, it doesn't match up with where the legs are.
You could suspend it from the ceiling like my 7-foot.
Yeah.
Couple of stainless steel tires up to those roof beams.
That is cool.
That hasn't moved at all, hey?
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. There's a few people who have done like hidden stands in the wall and stuff like that, and like cantilever them out. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not that ballsy.
I'll probably just use a heap more wood than I need to and go with the King of DIY style racks when I do them.
Yeah.
It is overkill, but I do like that there's sort of a guide and then you get a full 90 by 45 going from the ground throughout, you know? Makes me
Is that like the double pinned one where the back one's under the frame and then the one in front?
Yep.
Yeah.
You do lose a bit of space, but yeah. Hey, Bodgy, welcome.
Yeah, why didn't I do that? I can't remember. Oh, my leg's hard up against the tank, so I didn't actually have room. So the tank finishes there, and then the block starts like 5 mil above the tank.
Yeah. And you've just put bolts through, haven't you? Or a block and a bunch of bolts. Yeah.
Yeah, so I used polyurethane glue and like I think like 80 mil coach bolts, so they're pretty much the whole way through both layers.
Yeah, so that's how Aquarium Co-op have got their shop going. So, but you've got fairly large tanks too.
Yeah, I was worried because those tanks are 2.5 foot front to back, so it is quite a lot of extra liters. Oh, Lefty left a comment at the start and then swooped out and missed it.
Yeah, Lefty was prioritizing Fishroom fever, I think, but fair enough. They do have
is he still going?
Not sure. I'm here being attentive to you. How would I know? We do have 19 in here now, so potentially they have finished.
Yeah. And also, I didn't share the live stream until after I started, which is definitely not how you're supposed to do it.
Oh, no, they are still going.
Yeah.
But that's fair enough. I reckon stream etiquette would go out the window if you had Bob and KG on at the same time.
Fishroom Fever, he's cool. We've talked about it, and I've said to him, like, I don't care if, like, because there was a couple of streams he, like, cut off right on the hour, and I just told him, like, don't feel obliged to stop your stream because I'm going live. I don't mind if, like, they overlap and that.
Yeah.
And normally I get up in the morning and I watch his stream, but I was running late this morning. Let's talk about VL Commodore stories. No, Scott. Wrapped it around a tree and almost killed myself. Story finished.
Oh, jeez. But your video had like 15,000 views or something.
Yeah.
You are still a kid, so does that mean that you're scared of him?
It's not. How old is he now? Is he 18? Is he 17?
Yeah. He does seem like a funny guy. I like their skit type ones that they do. But I don't know. I don't watch a lot of informational type things anymore.
Uh, so I got some new fish, Blake.
Oh, flower horns, Africans.
Africans.
Oh, see ya.
It's-
Nah, what'd you
All
get?
right, so I'll tell you a little story. When I first got fish, I had my 8 foot was like my first proper tank, and I threw like probably 200 Africans in it.
Okay.
And in that tank there was like 12 albino grishaki, metroclima, I think they are. And so I pulled my first breeding project. I pulled this group of 12 out of the display, and I put them in a like 2.5 foot tank, and I bred them. I bred them for like 12 months ish, and so that was my first breeding experience. And then I was like Googling and stuff, and I was like, albino grishaki, maybe I'll get the normal grishaki, and then I'll have both the albinos and the normal ones in tanks next to each other. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Little did I know that it was going to be one of the hardest fish to find. So basically I pursued looking for them for about 6 months or so. But obviously, when I started in fish, I didn't have any contacts. It was literally just me trying to search Gumtree and stuff.
Yeah.
So then I said, I asked Paul at Morley Aquariums. He was one of the first people that I really spoke to about fish. And he said, if any ever pop up, I'll let you know. And like I haven't actively been looking. It's been like 7 years, I think. And Paul messaged me and he's like, I can get grishaki. And I was like, you're actually joking? Like, I'd pretty much given up at this stage, because basically we've got the red top hongi in Australia, and the grishaki just looks like a washed out red top hongi. They're definitely not the prettiest Mabuna.
Right.
So like, if they came into the country, it would be an illegal import. But obviously, when there's a better looking fish in the country, they're not going to import a not so better looking one. But
Yeah.
somebody over your neck of the woods had some somewhere secretly breeding them. Obviously, so the fish were around about 10 years ago. And when I first asked Paul for them, he said I was about 2 years too late. He hadn't seen any. But obviously in that time, somebody has been keeping them and breeding them, just keeping on the down low.
Yeah, right. Now that's you as well.
Well, I'm not on the down low.
Yeah.
Nah, so I've got my hongi, which are a nicer fish. Well, I say that now. We'll wait and see what they look like in person when they're bigger.
I have a thing. I can't get behind albino fish. I don't know why.
Oh, really? They're my favourite.
You reckon? The red eyes
Yeah.
freak me out.
I actually don't have any at the moment. But one of my favourite fish is albino compressiceps.
Yeah, right. Nah, they're in the category of like balloon fish for me. Although, I guess maybe a lesser category because like they don't have difficulty surviving, like swimming and all that. But yeah, not a big albino fan. Even like Oscars and stuff, I'd rather a leucistic than a albino. Scott,
I can't.
man, ugliest fish ever. Ouch. Hey Josh, how you going?
I've got a suspicion that Scott doesn't like albino compressiceps because they're actually a hybrid that's been line bred. Oh, actually, I think he just doesn't like compressiceps full stop.
Yeah, right. I have to familiarize myself with.
Yeah, Matty D, there is.
Like the gimmick and stuff. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't like them either.
Yeah. There's actually some at Morley as well, and I was thinking about buying them on Friday, but I just don't have anywhere to put them. And I've got the strigatas, so I'll breed the strigatas for a while, and maybe I'll swap them back out for demi-comps one day. I'm just trying to be a bit smarter with my fish buying instead. Well, actually, I tell a lie. I've got too many fish.
I think I'm in what's the word? Like I need to find like 5 or 6 more tanks because of I know things that are on the way or growing out for me and stuff. I'm like, oh, where am I gonna put all this stuff? So
Yeah, that's it.
I have started to sell off a few things, but yeah. I can never
I guess it's
bring
kind of
myself to sell all of them off, which leaves me with the same problem.
yeah. Well, I sold my Benga peacocks, and I've still got like 50 fry, and I'm like, do I just keep them or do I sell them? But yeah, I don't want to do peacocks anymore.
Need convicts, Scott. Is that
He
sarcasm?
is that he wants convicts? I don't know.
They're the easiest fish to find in the world.
Man, female convicts, when they color up for breeding, they're pretty nice looking fish.
Yeah, I actually like them. They got a good attitude about them, I reckon. They're kind of like, they're kind of like that short bloke at the pub that everybody just picks on, and then one day, bam, he turns out to be like an MMA fighter.
So yeah, like imagine this, like convicts weren't in Australia, and then that all of a sudden, like right now, current day, they were brought into the country, and there was no like history behind people calling them crap. I reckon they would walk out the door.
Yeah, same with neon tetras. If neon tetras were rare, people would pay like $50 a pop for them.
Yeah.
Cardinals maybe more so, but it's just because they're so common. Like 50
I wanted to buy.
Maybe $20 each.
I was looking at cardinals yesterday, but they're just so expensive when you want to buy like 20 of them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Just say they're F1 tetras. I had convicts as a sunk grower when I had predators. Yeah, I don't know. I can, no matter how inconvenient it is for me and my plans, I just always have to have convicts in the fish room. I like them.
Yeah.
Which is odd because they go against like a lot of my fish rules or what I like.
What, you'll wake up and not see if they're fighting rule?
Yeah, exactly. Or keep things in with plants rule, or I guess they do suit the breeding rule. Hey, ugly, how you going?
What are you doing, Bodgy? Do you want to come up on the stream? I sent you a link. Then we might not get a word in edgewise, but hey guys, this stream's meant to be a bit of a Q&A. Where's the questions?
Maybe
yeah. Scott's got a bit of thing for red jewels, but he's trying to find the perfect pair.
I heard that there's other jewels as well. You can get different colors.
Oh, Bodgy, just confirming that he is a child. He has homework.
Isn't it a Sunday, mate?
Sunday fun day.
School will be over soon, mate. You'll realize you blinked and missed the best part of your life. Oh my gosh. Somebody just asked me how to break a terracotta pot. Just hammer, mate. What do you mean? Throw them on the ground. There's like a million ways to break a terracotta pot.
I use a diamond cutter on my grinder to cut them when I wanted to do it neatly, but if he's asking you how to do it, I'm guessing he doesn't have one of them.
No, he just wants to smash them up, like to use them as, like, to create lots of caves down the bottom of the aquarium. Like, he just needs like shards of it.
Oh yeah.
They just hit
Is
it in
that
the
for like?
middle.
Is that for like fry to hide under it? Or?
Yeah, and like little create breeding areas and stuff for like dwarf cichlids.
Oh, Scott wants me to go fishing. I just can't really be bothered. I don't know if you noticed, I don't have patience. Fishing takes patience. I don't mind going on fishing on the boat because you get to like a hot spot, and then my father-in-law's got a pretty good list on his GPS. So when I go fishing with him, it's only like a 30-second wait to get a bite.
There is a queue for you to A. When are you gonna extend the fish room?
I don't really want to.
Do it. Enclose in
Um,
around. Get rid of the motorbikes. Enclose in around the IBCs and the 4 foots outside.
Yeah, so here's the problem with that, right? If I was going to extend my fish room, I wouldn't want the IBCs in the fish room
Oh yeah.
because it's a huge waste of space in a heated area. The water change water doesn't need to be heated because of how small the water changes are. So step one, move IBCs. No, thank you. That's pretty much the key thing that stops me from extending.
Fair enough. Also, Bodgy, that's no excuse. Doesn't matter if it's private or public. I went to private school and I didn't turn up before lunch most days. I survived. Once I got my license, I was.
Oh, Scotty, I'm not extending the shed, but hopefully before the end of the year, I will have a car hoist. So I'll be able to park the Gemini on the hoist and fit the Falcon underneath, and then I'll have my shed back.
Yeah, that'd be as good as extending, hey?
Yeah. Well, it was always the plan. There's footings in the concrete for a hoist, and there's 3-phase power to the spot where the hoist needs to go.
Nice.
I want a Honda Civic. Ready for Scott to hate me in the comments? All right, so see if anybody knows what this is in the comments. I want to get an EG Honda Civic 3-door hatch and put a KA24 in it. Somebody might understand the excitement of that. But considering this is a fish channel and we're meant to be Q&Aing about my fish, and I just drop a car that I want to build, but I'm not gonna do it because I've got 2 unfinished cars in the shed. We're not unfinishing a third car. Maybe I'll just put a KA24 in the Gemini. The world would hate me.
You lost me. I don't know what any of that is. But I actually hate cars, like, just because they're a waste of money. I've only ever had one car my whole life. And even
Really?
that's, yeah,
What is it?
VY Commodore.
That's a good car. No.
It's not. It's a heap of crap. I don't even get it serviced anymore because I just want it to die.
Yeah, so you never die.
True. The more you neglect it, the better it runs. It knows.
Catch you later, Chevy Fish. Scott, now you're just talking. Why would I go a KE20 when I could go a K24? Anyway, that's enough car chat. I should just finish the Gemini the way it is because it's practically done, and then be done with it. Aquamate hate cars.
Yeah, well, that's because it was given to me as my 18th birthday present or whatever. My license plates.
Scott, what's a better motor for my Skyline? K24A. No, I put a JZ in it. The haters would hate. Oh, we're back to car chat again.
All I know about Skylines is it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. And load that sucker up with NOS. Pretty sure that's how it works. You also need neons underneath and a sticker that runs all along the side of it. Pretty sure that's how Skylines work.
No, I think I don't know much about the Skylines, but I think that like parts, it's a lot harder to build a Skyline motor than just drop a JZ in and turbo it. But then you got all the conversion stuff and the haters. Just go. I think if you go like an RB28 with an RB30 head, is a good combo.
I know one more thing about Skylines actually. It's you never had me, you never had your car. Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should. You're lucky you didn't blow the seals on the piston rings, something like that. I watch a lot of Fast and Furious.
I actually hate Skylines.
They hate you. No, I don't really care to get involved in any you nearly blew the welds on the intake. Monica Menage. The Fast and the Furious movies, whenever me and Dad would have a few too many drinks, we'd always end up watching like 3 or 4 Fast and Furious movies up to like 4 a.m. Don't know why. Just love to just laugh about it.
Oh, Scott, my VO was not an Aussie Skyline. It didn't have the Skyline motor in it, so go away.
Wish Rumball would fish the fry tanks.
Fish the fry tanks or finish the fry tanks? I actually did fish the fry tanks yesterday.
Maybe we finished the ply tanks.
Yeah, maybe. That good old autocorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Scott is probably the only person on my channel that actually saw my old BL. I used to actually race him on Bustleton Highway before I actually even knew who he was. So like, we actually got in contact like 5 years later. No, 5 years later through Fish, and we got talking. And then I was like, "Oh, you were the guy in that Commodore," and he was like, "Oh, you were the guy in that Commodore. What are the chances we both keep Fish now?"
Natural transition must be.
Oh, so most like fish hobbyists either have a project car, or they have reptiles, or they have remote control cars.
I don't have any of those. What am I?
You're Blake.
I'm unique.
Yeah. I got to show you something, Blake. You'll be proud. We've got a 3-legged tripod.
Whoa, watch out. Strap a dunny roll to it just for old time's sake.
I've still got the old one. We won't throw it in the bin. I actually ordered a live stream while we were streaming. I think I said it in the stream.
Yeah.
Because I would get frustrated about it streaming, and then I would forget 10 minutes after the stream and wouldn't order one. So, yep, last week while you were chatting, giving away fish food, I was ordering.
Nice. Hopefully, I think they've all arrived now, all the fish foods. Well, we might have not had many Qs or As, but we've got Scott excited. We've got 9 comments in a row from Scott. And I agree. Nobody cares about RC
Oh
cars.
yeah. I can't even remember how to use this. I'm not very good at this game. The switch camera's gone on my phone.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's annoying. I can turn the video off.
What do we
What
got?
about that? That work? No, still looking at me. All right, you're gonna have to use this camera. I cleaned the shed.
You have to
I
do it
can't
by
actually.
starting off by saying, "Hey guys, it's Logan Paul here. What's up, people? It's time for another vlog." Something like that. What's up, Logang and Jake Polis? You're a cool David Dobrik type operator.
So I can't actually go in the Fishroom, guys, on this live stream because the cleaner broke my Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
So I think I told you in one of the videos, the cleaner decided to high pressure clean my Wi-Fi dongle. So I've got no Wi-Fi in the shed anymore. And I sent the part number to them and stuff, and they want to send out an electrical contractor to assess the repairs. It's only got an Ethernet port. It's not even hardwired or anything.
Oh jeez.
So the electrical contractor's just going to rock up and laugh and be like, "Why am I even here?"
Seems a bit like
Oh, that
being
sun's bright.
engineering. They wanna just make sure all the boxes are ticked, I guess.
Yeah. They got to replace that fan as well, which I'm surprised. Well, I'm not. So see how black it is?
Yeah.
All of that up there. That's actually after high pressure cleaning, like professional cleaning. I didn't actually realize how much the black would stain the house. Like all here. That's all stained. It doesn't come off. It's a bit crazy. But new
Logan,
decking's going down.
Just a cloud.
Pardon?
Scott said, "Who's Logan Paul?" Just bloke who has like 30 million kids subscribed to him.
I need to clean the glass on the koi pond. I think I say that every live stream. It's just like my go-to comment. But the koi are happy. The koi pond is like the easiest thing I've ever kept.
Brendan's
Like
first
that is
it's pretty good.
like that's probably like over 6 months without doing any maintenance besides cleaning the glass.
There's a bit of a catch-22, hey, because it's like one of the best things about your channel, but because you don't ever have to do anything on it, it's hard to do a video on it.
Yeah. But I don't change anything.
Yeah.
I think basically like where's the screen gone? Can you guys see me?
It was frozen.
I think basically what happened. My phone keeps turning off for some reason. What happened was I was doing research on how to build a koi pond and like how many liters per hour and all that sort of thing. And it was just so far away from keeping cichlids, like the flow rate and stuff. So like they're saying that the koi pond had to turn over once every hour. And I was like, that doesn't seem like enough to me. So with all my plans, I met halfway between koi pond recommendations and like cichlid recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've actually finished it and done it. I probably did over-engineer it quite a bit as far as filtration and water flow.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But it doesn't matter. I'd rather it be over-engineered. The videos, you can't actually really tell how clear it is, can you?
Yeah, well, it's better to be less maintenance in the long run than.
Yeah.
Unless you're swimming in it. Good one, Scott. Having a beer, doing a live stream from it.
I wish I could turn my camera around. It's quite frustrating. Back facing. Press that button. Yay. That's annoying. You can't just click a button anymore. You've got to go into the settings. Now I can see what I'm showing you. There's nowhere with no glare, but
Yeah, and that's a very good point, Scott. Because there's no one else to blame if it goes wrong. That's a fair bit of water underneath the house or whatever. So I'd probably be. I like to say that though, like even if you think about the like proprietary stands and stuff that come with 4-foot tanks, like if you were building a stand for one, there's no way that you would build it like that. That's what I reckon. Anyway.
There's no way. Like, yeah. Even I don't feel comfortable building people fish tanks because, like, how much do you trust it?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So if I go here, those leaves there are 4.5 foot down.
They are 5 foot tall. They're a big leaf.
Huh?
Just trolling you.
I don't know. Everyone that comes here to look at it, they always say, A, it looks way clearer in person, and B, it looks way deeper in person than the videos. So I'm trying to like show you how clear it actually is.
We'll have to shoot over one day for a collab.
Yeah, well, you did tell me once that you were going to come over.
Yeah, I want to do a trip to all the capital cities, whip around fish stores and stuff, run into anybody who's, in the area.
Yeah.
In the next sort of 12 months.
Wow, that changing the cameras is annoying now. I was going to go for a walk through the Fishroom with everyone, but I just realised I can't. I'm actually upset about that.
Lefty koi are illegal where I live, so never, unfortunately.
Never say never.
Nah, never, because I'm never leaving the state, and they're not going to make him not illegal.
Why's my phone keep going off?
I mean, permanently leaving the state, obviously.
Come to WA. It's such a great place.
Lefty, I think because of the European carp, people get scared about koi. Not sure though. But I think that's like an Australia-wide problem, isn't it? The carp. So
the carp have polluted our waterways over here.
Yeah, so it's interesting why koi are still allowed then. I guess you just give up.
Yeah. The problem is people throw them in the waterways for game fishing.
I We have a power plant out in Gippsland, and because it's warm from the power plant, got goldfish and stuff. You can fish for goldfish. And they're like massive,
Really?
great goldfish. Yeah,
Well, that's interesting.
yeah. It's like a weird. There's all sorts of stuff in there, cichlids and that. It's like our own slice of Florida.
Is it? Have they got 3 eyes?
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't go eating them. Had a power
Oh,
plant.
damn. So is it the water that they use as the cooling system or something?
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, Dan's actually right. It did get shut down, but the water is still warm. So I think, like, just to keep the plant like ticking over. You know how it has to like idle or whatever. Still keeps the water.
Is it a nuclear reactor?
No, I thought it was just coal. What's it called?
If it's coal, I don't know why.
Yeah, brown coal.
Yeah, I actually did a bit of research on like nuclear power plants after that TV show came out 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Can't remember what it was called. That mini series about Chernobyl.
Yeah. Big conspiracy theorist.
Videos about bondage. Is that like bondage with fish?
There's too many posts in between now. There's too many. I can't find it. Yeah, I think it was Hazel Dean. There's videos about that pondage. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Flying carp.
Dottie makes a good point. Like, if they made carp illegal now, like, some people would go dump them to avoid fines, and it could make the issue worse than it already is.
True. Scott, I'm in Geelong, Victoria.
I don't know. What are they talking about?
The pondage where the goldfish are.
Oh, that's what it's called. Hazelwood.
Yeah, Hazeldean pondage. One of them. It's a Hazeldean power plant, but I think it's Hazelwood pondage. Yeah. Just to make it confusing.
So I actually think there's actually a couple of like private ponds in like newer states and places that have koi carp in them, and they're actually placed there by the council to control mosquito larvae.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But I think like the one that I'm thinking of is completely isolated. Like, there's no chance of them getting into the natural waterways. But the problem is obviously it's illegal to fish the pond, but people do, and I wouldn't be surprised if they fish them and take them other places and stuff.
Yeah. I'm not sure, Chevy. I don't know exactly where they're legal and illegal. Sorry. I know that Queensland have tightened up a lot of their rules at the moment, what you can keep.
I find it interesting, like, if you look at shrimp, for an example, it's really common knowledge that they're not allowed to be kept in WA, like, technically. And, like, if you ask anyone over east, most people know that. But when it came to koi, like, I had no idea that they were illegal over there. Like, I thought, like, then it doesn't seem as talked about as other fish.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the answer to that would be. You like to live in your little WA bubbles over there. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Hey, I will say, but with the COVID, it has been actually a positive being in the most isolated city in the world.
Yeah. And I think we're doing the worst out of Australia. We still get the odd one every now and then.
Yeah. We haven't had a localized positive test for like 2 weeks now. Every
That's
one
weird.
of our positive cases at the moment is off the boats.
Mm. Well, we'll see what
But
happens when footy kicks off and all that. Again, people start to get a bit more relaxed. Go around.
so as you know, I'm not really a sport person. But I just find it so fascinating. Like a couple of the guys at work think they're going to die if they don't see sport within the next month. You know what I mean? Like they're absolutely like they think their life is ruined.
That's
And
me.
G'day, Sand Creek.
Hey, Sand Creek. Yeah, I am a big consumer of like AFL and AFL media. Like pretty much I was a bit concerned about keeping up with the content on YouTube and stuff when footy season got started. Like, because yeah, usually it consumes my whole weekend. I watch like five games or so minimum a weekend, and that's like a lot of time out of the weekend. You know, go
That's
to a
crazy.
game if it's a home game, which is every second week. I drive in up to Melbourne and stuff, and yeah, but I love it. I don't know why.
It's funny because like I knew you loved it, but like I didn't know you watched 5 games a weekend because we're fish channels. There's like these huge parts of our lives that are never mentioned.
Yeah, true. And like get amongst all the super coach and all that, like fantasy footy, all that sort of stuff, tipping comps and all that.
So this is how non-sport I am. I don't even enter the work footy competition anymore because every year I pay for it and I get like 4 seasons in and then forget to vote. So I just stop. So like the last 2 years I haven't even been in it. And then like the guys at work are like, "Are you joking? Are you not even Australian?"
See, I'm usually the nerd that is walking around the office trying to sign people up for it. I usually run it.
Oh really?
Yeah. And then I'll even pay so much attention. I'll be like, you know, Margaret, you haven't done your tips, get them in.
Oh, do you work in groups, do you?
No, like in an office, if that makes sense. Like,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
C23.
Australian.
So you got
G'day,
a
Cichlid 23.
ready to take a nostril off right there. Yoshi's sussing you out. He's gonna have a go at headphone.
So I don't know.
Okay.
For those of you who didn't know, we actually lost him, and when I got him back, it kind of gave a new lease on life of our relationship. And when I lost him, I was like, oh, maybe I should pay more attention to him. So the last couple of weeks, like we've been getting him out of the cage way more and like spending more time with him, and he's been heaps better. But he still does scream, but I wear earplugs. I've got like this ritual where as I get home, when I get out of the car, I put my Samsung buds in my ears. So like you'll notice in my videos, I've always got my buds in, but they're not necessarily playing music. It's just to deal with the bird screaming.
Yeah, GOB Supercoach. What's the question?
Ryan said he can't be bothered with sport. So I've got another backer.
Yeah, that's all right. I get it. It's not for everyone. Even AFL is a very niche sport, but mainly all winter it's AFL, all summer it's NRL, and that just keeps me sane. I mean NRL, NFL.
See, that's the other thing. Over here, nobody talks about NFL.
Really? It's pretty big over
Yeah.
here. Like mainly people jump on like Super Bowl day and stuff because it's a good excuse to have a Monday off. But the games, like I would occasionally wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. to watch a game. Easy.
Yeah.
It was actually good when we had, because our kids are only 3 and 2. So the last couple of seasons when they've woke up in the middle of the night during summer, I was happily getting up because I was like, that's cool. I'll watch the NFL and have a sleep during the day or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even watch motorsport really. Oh,
Yeah, well, that's
g'day,
boring.
Zan.
Hey Zed, who wants to watch someone
So,
drive around a circle for all day?
yeah. I even like I don't know if anybody in the comments will know. I paid for the Cletus McFarlane pay-per-view a month ago, and I was like watching it, and I was like, "This is boring." But it cost me like $17, so I was like, "I'm going to sit through this."
Yeah, one of
But
those things
yeah, I
that
don't know.
seems.
It's funny, like it's a YouTuber who I'm totally addicted to, but when they actually do a race, like I just didn't find it interesting at all.
Yeah, I get that. But I just reckon like I'm lucky that Melbourne's not too far away and there's a lot of live sport going on, so I can watch pretty much anything live, like if I'm at the ground or whatever. Like
Yeah,
my father-in-law's right into NRL, and I wouldn't watch a game of NRL like on TV, just because I don't really not that into it. But at his birthday, it's usually the finals. What was that?
the bird saying yes.
Oh, I thought it was like Peter Griffin, like, hey there, Meg. And yeah, it's usually his birthday, so he usually drags us all to one of the finals or whatever, and it's good fun
Yeah.
there. Yeah, live sport's a bit different, I reckon.
I can relate to that. I like going to the 2020 cricket live.
Yeah. Hey,
Because
Aquarium.
quite a few of my mates follow it. So like if they're going to a game, they'll invite me and I'll go and I'll enjoy the time like with my mates watching live sport. Like I can get around that.
Yeah, and we're kind of lucky. So my group from my group of uni mates who are the sport fanatics, we had 4 of us guys and 1 girl, and then the 1 girl introduced us to a bunch of girls from their school and stuff, and we all ended up like kind of like my wife is one of those girls. And stuff. So they're all friends and we're all friends. So it's good when we go to sporting games. Like they just sit off to the side and talk about whatever they want, and we sit around and talk about whatever we want, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a fun time even if you're not into it.
Yeah.
And I used to follow the burnouts, and I used to go to them all the time. And then I took my own car and competed in a burnout competition, and it ruined the spectating for me. So, so like I can't go and watch it now that I've been out there. Like I feel like I'm missing out.
Yeah, it makes sense. Chev raises an interesting point. Did you see my Cichlid rating stream?
No, I didn't.
Sorry.
It's okay if you didn't. I've got it here. So keep in mind, this wasn't my ratings. This was the majority.
I think I was listening. I remember hearing flower horns.
This is how it ended up.
A Pisto's at the top, really?
S class, of course. Maybe I had a bit of influence in that.
That's so biased.
People agreed. They wanted to finish on an S.
So what's the rating for? What are you rating?
Multiple things like breedability, if people want them when you do breed them, aggression, color, size, these sorts of things. General inconvenience. Like Dovi, you need a giant tank, so they were NE, even though they're a nice looking fish.
Yeah. And what's behind your Blake's Aquatics name?
Nothing. You can actually enlarge in the screen if people want to see a bit closer.
How do I do it? Just...
Yeah, because I couldn't figure out how to get rid of my name, so I just moved things to the side.
There we go.
So yeah, that's how I ended up.
Yeah, peacock bass definitely at the bottom. They're pretty hard to keep alive.
And I didn't even need to encourage the flower horn being an F. Everybody was just like F for flower horn, you know? Don't like the giant Coke and all that.
I would have put marble peacocks higher because
there was a bit of debate around that they couldn't be higher than electric yellows. And we already did electric yellows as a C/D.
Yeah, see, I would put electric yellows as an A because like you can always sell electric yellows. They're like the easiest to sell. They're not aggressive. They're definitely the winner for Africans as far as like the cheaper Africans.
Well,
but yeah, I think
the highest African was the multifasciatus, the shell dwellers. And I thought they would be a sneaky S chance, but people were saying that they were boring, so they slipped into the B.
I actually had a conversation about this yesterday. Paul always gets asked about multis in the shop, and then he got 15 in, and they've been in the shop for 3 months, and no one's bought them. And he's like tried contacting the people that asked for them, and nobody came and got them. Red Severin.
On my shoulder just to be a pirate for a minute.
Red Severin I find a controversial one. To me, a red Severin is just a good quality gold Severin.
Oh, that was just Severins in general. It wasn't like a particular one.
Yeah, it's a cool list. Obviously, I'm going to be a bit more biased with Africans, and you're going to be more biased with things like Epistos and Angels.
But I didn't vote on this. This wasn't me. This was the people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This was I would do this. Like I would go, we'll turn all these off, yeah. We'll turn them off.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's what majority said. So like I would just bring one up into the corner, like where this German blue ram is here. I'll be like, all right, we got German blue rams. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? And then I'd just go by whatever the majority said.
Oh, interesting.
And I thought that the Americans would do a lot better because it was a time slot that King and Queen cichlids usually go. And they have a lot of, American cichlids and stuff. So I thought like the Oscar and stuff might be a sneaky A, but B. It's interesting.
So I find Oscars interesting, right? So they're always at the pet shops. Lots of newbies buy them. But as far as breeding, I've never really seen breeders breed them. Thirsty's got a fair few. But as far as Western Australia, I've never seen anybody in Western Australia breed them. I'm not saying I know everybody, but from my knowledge, when I say breed, I mean like breed and keep fry, not just like accidental breed in their display tank.
Yeah.
Which I find strange, but because like I thought people would think, oh, there's a huge market for them, would breed them. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. So I'm going to try breed them because I've never seen them breed before.
Oscars. You got one Oscar now, don't you?
I got 2.
Oh yeah, you healed it up. I can't remember if you did or not.
Yeah. So it was a
Max,
quick heal.
Sorry. Max, I only had an hour, so I just had to pick like 25. So I might do another one, and then we might do a best of the best of. But yeah, that was just the first game that I decided to play.
Bird thinks it's funny. You can't
I thought it was
interrupt
you.
Blake while he's talking, buddy. Ryan says Feste should be an A, but they're awesome fish. But
if that's true, it's only true for the one Episto. But I tried to be unbiased, I thought.
Yeah. I've never successfully bred a pistos. All the pistos I kept are sold, and then they bred a week later for the guy that bought them.
I've actually got fry now of Cacatoides, Agassizi, and potentially McMaster, but haven't checked in on them yet. So that's pretty good.
That's cool. If I was going to get a pistos again, I'd get the little blue opal ones. Can't remember what they're called.
Chev, you can actually go back and watch the stream. Zen's put the link there, so you can go watch it and you will see majority rules. Just so happens that my tastes align with the people who were in the stream at the time.
Anthony, is a big market for feeder fish. I don't really understand the feeder fish thing. Like, I live feed the flower horn culls, but I wouldn't breed fish with the intention for them just being food. But that's just me.
Yeah, I don't really like feeding fish. The only thing I do is I feed the cherry shrimp that I'm culling out, because you just have to cull cherry shrimp.
Yeah. The only thing, shrimp are different, I think. The main reason I don't really like live feeding is because it makes the aggression ends up so much higher in the fish. The only fish I live feed now is the barramundi, but he seems to be going all right.
Lefty, I've got the Tiger King shirt on today.
Hey. I got to order a couple of his shirts, but I'm trying to figure out which ones would actually relate to me.
Yeah, I don't have many Cichlid designs on there yet. Guppy? You could do the Guppy. You're a big Guppy fan.
I haven't actually told the channel yet. I lost all the guppies. What?
How did you lose them all?
Yeah. Don't know.
Tank just crashed. Both tanks.
The tanks, all the bristlenose are still alive. I think the red ones started getting like these little red scars on them, like little, what would you call it, like cysts? But I probably could have treated it, but I just didn't bother. And then the white ones, I think she pulled them out quite young, and it was meant to be 2 males, 4 females, but I'm pretty sure it was like 1 or 2 females and the rest were all males, and they all just fought on, and there's 1 male left in there.
Oh, that sucks.
Hey Cody, yeah, I did a video on selling shirts and nobody got back to me, so I just put it on the back burner. But I'll do it again. I think I need to talk to the person supplying my shirts about how I can do like a link to their website, because I think the way I said people just contact me on my Facebook page, and I don't think people wanted to do that maybe.
Yeah.
If it was like an easier link set up like Blake's, then I think they would sell.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a slow burn. Like a lot of people have said, "Oh, I've got to get around to it," but you know, I've got a design for a yellow lab I can put onto a shirt. That might suit you a bit better.
Where did you get did you draw them?
Nah, Bodgy drew one of them, but he drew the Bow Spiny Rainbow. The rest of them are like you have to pay for stock images.
Oh, okay, yeah. Spent my River Life art lefty. Have you got a link, Blake? Drop a link in the chat.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's like 30 odd designs there now, but
That's crazy. You must have put a lot of time into it.
Yeah. Just trying to put something for everyone.
Mr. Fish, the bird's weird. He'll actually talk way more if he's in the room next to you and he can't actually see you. He doesn't shut up. My partner's been writing down all the phrases he says, and he says 25 different phrases.
Jeez, that's pretty crazy.
How do I
Yeah,
can't
there's
even click on the link.
probably not a lot that
Maybe.
will really suit your style. All right, I'll put some Africans on there in the next few days. Somebody asked me to get some Americans on there too, so I'll go ahead. I've got a yellow lab. I've got a Oscar. I've got a koi. I'll put a koi on one.
Have you?
Yeah, the koi one's pretty good. Got a blood parrot. I'm not putting that on.
Oh, redfish, bluefish, welcome. We're just talking about Blake's shirts at the moment. There's actually heaps on here.
Yeah. I don't muck around. Sleep when I'm dead.
Actually, so like sometimes you message me at night, and I'm like, "Well, I'm going to bed," but you're like 2 hours ahead of me. What are you even doing up still?
I just don't sleep.
Yeah. After this stream, I don't know if I don't know, mate. I don't know whether to do the print bar and do my shirt on there because I really want to support the person that sent me my Rumball's Fishroom shirts. Like he sent me them free of charge. All I had to do was send my logo, and I really want to sell my shirts through him just because he's been really nice to me. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't even have my own shirts if he hadn't have contacted me and asked me for my logo.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting. Like I tried out a lot of websites and stuff to find this one, and then I noticed that Bodgy made one straight away. And if you make one, I'll be like, oh dear, everyone's copying it.
I'd like to build my own website one day, but that's definitely no time soon. Ryan from Green Pet Central keeps giving me horror stories about how long it's taking to build a website, so it's put me off building one.
Yeah. Well, Shep might have an idea or two. He's doing his stuff on Shopify.
So that's just murmuring. That's not actually anything.
Shut up, Meg.
So when
Aquaman, I like to use Dow Conning 999A. I found that's the best.
A big spender.
You can buy like 6 tubes of it online somewhere. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, so I just use Celly's glass.
Hmm.
I used our crowning to build my 8-foot, and that's still holding up. Like, I think it's been 8 years now, and that tank's like on the borderline for too big for its own good. The 8x2x3 in the shed is with Celly's, and it was kind of just because it was a last minute decision. I didn't have time to order it, and I wanted to get it built like that weekend.
What
But
link do you want? The shirt one? I put it already. I'll put it again.
She wants the link to your fans only strip videos.
Oh, that one. Okay, I'll get that. Pretty popular, as you can imagine.
Where's Shep? I thought Shep might jump up. I'm going to contact him privately. Very, very, very privately.
Blondie 11. You want a Texas? Green Texas or a red Texas? I'll make one for you.
So do you buy the outline of the fish and then color it in, or do you buy like the picture of the fish?
You buy the whole picture. It's not cheap.
So do you just send a photo in?
Nah, like there's a bunch of options you can just pay. Like there's thousands and thousands of ones for everything.
Yeah, right. Maybe I should have done that with my logo instead of what I did, which was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, I started off. I was going to do like an Airtasker thing for a designer. That's the same way that I got my logo and all that stuff done. But it was just taking way too long, and the few that I got done weren't that good. So, yeah, I just decided to go this way. But there's lots of ways you can do it. You can just like do an Airtasker job or a it's called. There's another one. But there's heaps of those little like hire a person type websites.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've got a discus design I can put on. I just need to get 5 minutes to do it. I've got 2 types of discuses actually. Green discus. Right, I'll write it down. No.
I'm actually pretty sick of discus at the moment.
Are you?
Yeah.
Had a bit of bad luck, did you?
I just can't get the new ones to eat.
Yeah, I lost one of mine yesterday. Luckily, not these 2 that I've had for ages. These ones. Seems like the second batch that I got were just really terrible.
Yeah, well, everyone told me not to buy 5 centimeters, so I did, and then it was bad, and then I bought 5 centimeters again, and now it's being bad again.
Yeah. I'm hoping that those are a pair, and then once I get them breeding in my own water and stuff, then in theory they should be a lot stronger. But yeah, I still think they need to grow up for another 6 months or so.
What?
Yeah, no worries, Blondie. I'll put together a green Texas one. Got discus, and somebody asked me the other day for one, and I'll put some Africans for you, Rumball. All right, that's good because I was looking to put some more on, so I'll do some more this week.
Oh, sorry, I missed redfish, bluefish comment. Yes, I'm in Perth, Western Australia.
Yeah, Nath, this is a white one. They come in all sorts of colors. Generally, I just have like a light theme and a dark theme. So there's even like powder blue, pink, all sorts of colors.
Pam's on in 30 minutes. I've only ever caught one or two of Pam's streams. Maybe I'll try catch this one.
Yeah, I usually catch them in between getting ready for my streams on Thursdays. They're pretty good.
So the weatherman said, say Thursday during the week, there was like a 10% chance of rain this weekend from Saturday and Sunday. And it has been pissing down for both days. But that is more than 10%.
Yeah. I remember your little TikTok style video and they're like, they forgot a 0.
So yeah, I should really, they're my Snapchats. I should really put them on TikTok. I've got a TikTok, but I don't use it.
Me either.
I think I'm just too old. Yeah, I've got Instagram too. I don't use that.
Yeah.
I think
what's different? Nothing? I don't know, Mr. Fish there. Maybe I'm just...
Bit of a haircut.
I cut out sugar. Could be that.
Come on, man. Yeah. What does that even mean? Maybe if Blake did get younger. This isn't actually live, guys. I'm pulling a trick on you. This is pre-recorded 12 months ago.
Oh, I mean 12 months. Yeah. I mean, I don't know when you're going to release this. So.
All the content you see on my channel is actually over 12 months old.
Yeah.
I don't even live in this house anymore.
You're a missing person right now, actually.
Big
flower horn deal.
Shep's not even replying to me.
That's how you know things are going bad.
Fish boy's chopping down trees. Double pay, mate. That's a good one. But it is Sunday. It's a bit of a stitch up at the same time. What do you do with all your fish babies? Yeah, Blake, what do you do with all your fish babies?
I'll keep most of them, to be honest, because I'm a fish water. But sell a few, drop a few off at fish stores, give some to Aquamate, send some to Prawny.
Oh, fish boy, raking those dollars.
Yeah, and other than that, I run like 7 breeder boxes at once.
Yoshi's still on the show.
Yeah. In recent times, I just put a row of tanks up on the 3rd tier, which I told myself I would never do because it's annoying to reach up there.
So to feed the 8-foot with the flower horn fry in it, I stand on an old UPS. It's like this high. And I was cleaning the shed yesterday and my missus was like, can we throw this bit of junk in the bin? And I was like, no, that's my step. And then she points to like a 2-step right next to it. She's like, what's wrong with that step?
It's not ghetto enough.
I like to see fish eat pellets before I buy.
Yeah,
so 2 fish I can think of that's a strong point for is peacock bass and stingrays. You definitely want to see both of them eat before you buy them. I don't know. Yeah, good job, bro. That's another thing, I guess, goes back to live feeding. Like, if you're feeding peacock bass, young peacock bass, baby guppies or something, they're going to be, you can't sell them because you really want to sell them on pellets. And peacock bass, if you live feed peacock bass, it's near, like adults, it's near impossible to get them back on pellets. They'll actually starve themselves to death before eating pellets.
It's pretty extreme.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan in with a super chat, buddy. That's the first one on the channel. I'd actually forgot you could even do that now.
5 bangers.
Thanks, buddy. If only it came up as Kareem Pet Central. You need to change your name on your YouTube, Ryan. Oh, that's cool. That's made my day. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Bird looking at my eye. Nah, he only attacks my nose and my lips. He hasn't gone for my eye yet.
You'll get there.
I'm going to link. I actually am not very good at spelling Korean. There we go. Where's... There we go. I'm not as fast as Zen on the link collecting.
Not many are.
And now it's not even working. Paste. Yeah. Everybody jump on that link and give Kareem Pet Central a like on Facebook if you haven't. He's actually the cheapest shop in Australia, I believe, selling Nautilus 2700s. I find that quite exciting. And it's crazy that he's just doing good things for the hobby. It's like, so with Ryan, what he said to me is the pet shop is his job, the fish is his passion, and you can definitely tell, like with the fish, he definitely doesn't seem like he's trying to profiteer on it as much. Like he's just trying to help out the hobbyists, you know. I'm sure you've had that feeling when talking to him, Blake.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Ryan can't get the 2700s. I take it back. Everybody unfollow his page. Yeah, this whole virus has really stirred things up, hasn't it?
Oh, it's a shocker.
I actually set up that. Pardon?
I was just about to say, the only thing good about it is I think that like there'll be a lot more flexibility in working from home and stuff like that moving forward for me. So that's
that's a question for you. Like, do you think that you'll ever go back to full time in the office, or do you think it might be more of a mix of both?
It'll definitely be a mix. I don't know. Probably at some point in time it'll be full time back at the office, but from what we're talking about, like maybe in a month or two, you go back 1 day a week and everybody goes back on a different day, something like that, or it'll just be depending on what your circumstances are.
How much has your productivity dropped, if it has?
Yeah, I reckon it has, but yeah, I guess it depends what type of person you are, you know. If you love working and you don't have young kids and stuff at home or a fish room to distract you, maybe it wouldn't drop, but yeah, it depends. Depends on the day. Like if I've got some exciting stuff to work on, it's no different. But yeah,
Yeah.
at the moment I got some stuff I'm sort of grinding away at, so it's very easy to just go feed the fish. Yeah. Which if
I
I'm
don't.
at the office, that time would just be I'm going to get a coffee or something anyway. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
probably not.
I would really struggle. I mean, look at the ply tanks.
Yeah. One of those things like uh I like socializing online and stuff, so I'm not a big one that I need people around during the day.
Yeah.
So there's that's a factor as well. But yeah, I'm not really sure.
Cody G. My favorite canister is the Nautilus 2700. I've had an FX6 and it was good, but I just can't justify the price when a 2700 is almost the same size internal, and like I think it's less than half the price. I think. Don't quote me on that. But my FX6 had problems, so I'm probably a bit biased on that subject because I got apparently, according to other people, I got 1 in a million that actually the pump used to cut out, and I had to unplug it for a good 30 seconds and plug it back in for it to start working again, which you don't want when you're at work. But so yeah, I'm a bit biased on not actually liking the FX6. Oi, get out! Hold up, guys. My bird is eating the pot plant. Yeah. Don't get birds, guys. Could you actually see him there in the corner of the camera?
No, I got too distracted. I'm making shirts.
What's your favorite canister filter, Blake?
Probably for dollar. I haven't tried many, but I'll just like the old Sun 304B. I'm not going to get too many fans saying that, but they're just so cheap.
Yeah, so is that like the 1800 or the 2000?
2000. I've got one right here, but I can't read it.
I've got one of them, and it's been good. It's just the HW I don't like.
Yeah, but I've got I know you're a big fan of the Nautilus, but I find them really difficult. I don't know. Yeah, and I've got. What am I going to say? Yeah, I don't know. I just find them a lot harder work. I always break the handles on them and stuff.
Yeah. So did you see I was talking about that the other day?
Yeah.
But that's the hardest thing about them is opening them, and once you can get that right, well, not necessarily right, just take your time with it. Be gentle.
Yeah.
And also the other thing I do every time I open mine, I put fresh lube on the O-ring.
Yeah, that's the good thing. Like I'm using one right now, like on the Stingray tank. There's a Nautilus, but my favorite canister filter is probably not a canister filter. But yeah, like if I turn the power off, it leaks. So I need to lube it up. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big canister fan.
Shout out to Chev with the super chat.
Yeah, they're flying in now.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much. So them leaking when the power's off, that's to do with them being opened with force. Did you buy it new or second hand?
I never buy things new. I think it came with the tank. Probably came with the tank, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happened with my old one. It leaked when when the power went out, and it's actually from like grabbing those two handles and like forcing them up, it like cracks the side of them. Not the inside. It doesn't crack the inside. There's a plastic layer around it, and it cracks that, and that's when they start leaking. But if I had the choice, I wouldn't run any canisters, to be honest. I don't like them, full stop.
Yeah.
Someone asked if I keep the stock media in them. I've never actually. I don't remember what the stock media is. All of mine have got just heaps of random stuff in them, like backy rods and all sorts of things. I know backy rods aren't ideal for a canister, but it's literally just whatever I had.
That's what I was just about to say. The best media is whatever you got lying around, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've got like one layer of backy rods in the bottom of each basket, which is only like 5 rods. And then I've got like, it might even be the original media out of it. Like they're like little rocks.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like crushed coral, but it's not crushed coral. The bird's at my feet. So yeah, I think the main thing is whatever media you want to use, but fill them up because they don't come full. Like my brother-in-law's tank's got the Aqua one 1050, I think it is, and they're only like 50% full of media. So
Stiff.
I went on eBay and I sent him a link to some media, sort of like middle range. Didn't go anything too expensive, but yeah, like the 1050's actually got a space in the bottom where there's no tray, and I'm like, there's no point in not putting media in that. You might as well fill the whole thing up. So GRB saying they've got sponge filters everywhere besides the display. I actually saw a post about sponge filters the other day, and it was like, why do some people run canisters and why do some people run sponge filters? And quite a few of the comments were saying breeders don't have any care for their fish, so they use sponge filters because it's cheaper, but it doesn't necessarily mean the fish are going to be healthy. I was like, stab me in the heart. I don't know, like people just think sponge filters don't work for some reason.
I get that though. It took me a long time to believe in sponge filters for some reason. Like, yeah, it took a lot of listening to Aquarium Co-op talking about how every surface grows bacteria and all that.
Yeah.
And then even when I put sponge filters on, I was kind of like, I don't know about this. Seems a bit too easy.
Oh, Cody G coming through with a super chat.
You're rich, mate. You'll be retiring.
Straight to the bank. Oh, and so I'll say it in the chat, in the stream. Same as Patreon. Any money that is sitting in my YouTube is going towards the channel. Like, obviously, if I've got like 1 million subscribers and I'm balling, I'm going to buy a new house. But at this stage, everything that comes through Patreon and YouTube goes to my PayPal, and my PayPal is like 99.9% fish-related purchases. So, don't think I'm going to buy a bottle of Passion Pop with your donations. So still on the sponge filter subject, if anybody's not sold on them in the chat, like obviously what are you doing, babe? I just see like a tape measure coming around the corner. So if you've got like, say like a 1200 canister filter, you know, like the little ones, running a 4 foot, to me, that's no different than 2 double stacked sponge filters. Because if you think about it, the sponge filters are the same size as the internal of the canister filter.
Mm. I am also a
So
big
like,
fan of the double stack as well.
oh, I only run them double stacked. Single is not an option in my house.
Mhm.
Um, so like, if you think about it that way, like the volume of the size of it and the volume of the internal of the canister filter, say you're going to run an 1800 canister filter on like a 4x2x18, instead of, if you want to replace that with sponge filters, you just want the same size. So for me, 3 double stack sponge filters is what I run in my 4x2x18, and it's one of my cleanest tanks.
The other thing that I'm a big fan of with sponge filters is, I reckon like one of the few downsides is getting flow around the tank. And I know you do the full PVC gear, but I just like putting a 90-degree elbow. Can't remember exactly what the size is, but there's a size that just slips right over the top. And that way you can actually get directional flow out of a sponge filter easy. Costs like, 50 cents or whatever. Easy to do.
Yeah. All right, so I've got something exciting. So I'll say it as Kareen. Kareen Pet Central has just messaged me and is willing to give away a container of community crave fish food. I'm guessing that's one of the extreme fish food lines.
Yeah.
I haven't used that because I don't have community fish, but all right, so we've got a tub of extreme community crave from, how are we going to do this? From Kareen Pet Central. So once again, Kareen Pet Central link is in the well, it's not the description, it's the chat. So we need a random number generator.
No, don't do that. Easier than done. You don't even need a computer. Do it exactly how I did it last week or a
Oh,
fortnight
I
ago.
can't remember. I thought you did a random number generator.
Nah, you write down a number. Don't tell anyone. And then everybody here in the chat gets one guess. Yes, GRB's onto it. The random number picker game.
All right.
So
I don't know
write-
whether we have to be Australia only or not.
Probably.
Yeah, Australians only. Sorry, guys. Just because I think food overseas would be too expensive to send. Matty D's already put down a number. I haven't said. All right, so we'll do a number 1.
15, Matty D.
All right, 1 to 26. I'm going to write the number down first. All right, so comment down below. I don't know what size the tub will be. I'm guessing like 150 grams or something.
I'm also going to.
I'll leave
that.
Yeah, Blake, you can enter it.
You have to write it down before anyone guesses, otherwise there could be bias.
Pardon?
So yeah, just everybody gets one guess. Don't be spamming with like 2 billion numbers.
Yeah, one guess. Inside the PVC filters is backy rods. So the pipe is like 50 millimeters, and the backy rod fits in there with like plenty of room around it for water flow. So backy rods was a bit of a perfect option for that, I reckon, because the water flows through the middle of the backy rod and over the rod. I don't think there's anything you can beat for those PVC filters. Can we play and give it to an Aussie? All right, Dragonlair, if you want to put a number down, yeah, you can nominate an Aussie to win the prize.
Oh, also Dragonlair, Blackie did get your fish food, so he thanks you for that. I was meant to tell you.
All right, so the number hasn't been guessed.
Now you need to figure out as well, this is a mistake I did. Is it closest without going over, or is it closest in general? Because
I reckon I'll give it like another 30 seconds, and if no one guesses it, everybody can have a second number. and try guess it
Interesting.
until we actually, because then we'll actually get the number.
All right.
Because, or do you reckon we
All I
can
would
go
do is,
closest?
like, what I did is, I think, like, if there was a bunch of people close, then they go again with another number.
Well, there's not a bunch of people close. There's only one person close.
Well, then they win.
All right.
I don't know.
Well,
It's your game. You figure it out.
I can't even show you the number. The number was 12.
12. So
oh,
Cody
no,
G
Tim.
with 13.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that he did go over though. So that's why we needed to differentiate if it was closest or closest without going over.
So there's the number there to confirm. I'm really annoyed that StreamYard has changed the settings, the layout of their streaming.
Chevy, I want to talk about Biohome. After you're done with this, I want to talk about Biohome Media for a couple of minutes.
I've lost audio. Talk, like.
No, I can hear you.
Oh,
Can you-
never
I
mind.
was. Your internet might be a bit dodgy. It's freezing up on you.
You there?
Yeah, I've been here the
Hey.
entire. So yeah, a lot of people
Normally,
are real into Biohome Media, but I don't know. Like, have you actually seen it in real life? Is it actually good? Because the main people that sell it is the pond guy, the pond guru, whatever his name is, and he actually makes it. So it seems a bit dodgy to me that wasn't put on the public record clearly before getting everybody onto it. Does that make sense?
Personally, I think with ceramic media, I don't buy the expensive stuff anymore. I haven't actually seen the price on the Biohome, but I've had like Matrix, I've had what do you call it, Marine Pure. I spent like $1,500 on Marine Pure when I first started a Fishroom.
Yeah.
One of my biggest regrets, why I do that, you can get a box of backy rods for like $190 or something, and it's like, I can't remember how many rods, but there's literally nothing cheaper.
And
unless you go.
the other point of
Pardon?
consideration is it might have twice the amount of surface area, but do you really need twice the amount of surface area? Like, will you get a large enough bacterial colony on the cheap stuff to sustain life in your aquarium? That's what I think.
Also, one thing with the extremely porous media is it breaks down after a year or two and crumbles. So I think there's a balance there between how much surface area and whether it's just going to degrade. I think as long as the only thing I would stay away from is like the noodles and stuff that look almost solid, like they don't look like they have holes in them. But if you look on eBay, you find something cheap, as long as it looks like it's got decent holes in it. I just think like media is just media. But look at my pond. That's just got gutter guard and shade cloth. There isn't one piece of aquarium or pond media in that filter.
Mr. Fish there, imagine like a Marine Pure block, but it's like a cylinder with a hole in the middle. That's a backy rod. Usually they're like yay long, like 10 inches long. Maybe not that big.
All right, so I'm going to get a webcam before the next stream, and I'm going to learn from Blake how to use that other app that he uses, because I should be showing a photo of the backy rod right now.
You could share your screen and just
So then you'll see.
share the tab, because you can choose which option.
I've got to choose. So screen 1. No, screen 2, please. But then I better change the screen before. This is an exhilarating live stream. You guys are just listening to me talk out loud. This is a good example. Allow. Hey, look at that! I did it.
Good job.
So you'll see on the backy rod what I'm talking about. How like it's a really uneven surface. But like if you look at like ceramic rings, see like come on. And this is how slow my internet is, guys. Oh, why is it going to a website? I just wanted to look at the photo. I didn't want to click on your links. Yeah, now it's just coming up with like. I'm trying to find a bad one. This one's a bad one. I can't. How do I make it bigger? See how like the surface of the rings looks really smooth? I wouldn't buy them. And that's also a nice ring on the left-hand side if you want a gold feature around your diamond. Boom. There we go, Blake. We did it. Oh, Thirsty's in town.
G'day, Thirsty. How you going, mate?
Oh, I like your little face mask with the little rabbit on the side. That's cool. Chev's missed the giveaway.
Yeah. No, I thought you was joking. Well, I don't know about you, mate, but I might have to go and do some life things, make some shirts.
Yeah, me too. Well, we've been going for 2 hours. I didn't actually expect that.
Life, time flies when you're having fun.
I'm going to tell Shep's Aquatics next weekend he has to come up. Well, next fortnight. I think I really want him on the channel. Well, I don't think I know. I don't know what he's up to. He didn't even reply to me, the rude bastard.
Probably
He's
spray
not
paint
asleep.
on his shed.
Probably drawing lines on his shed floor again.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
We should do a raid over to Pam's stream if anyone's heading over there. Always forget to do a good raid. She's live now.
What are we going to do? I don't know. I'm trying to write one now. Just do Ozfish, fam.
All right. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, guys, copy that link and paste it over on Pam's stream.
Should
Thanks for coming.
I'll put the link to
thanks.
him.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Usually helps. Here's the link to Pam's. Oh, Zen's beat me. All right. All right.
Oh,
Cool.
look at that double link. So there'll be twice as many of you over there.
It's always fun hanging
All right,
out
guys.
with you, mate. And
Yeah.
g'day to everyone in the chat. It was a nice fun one, I think, for a Sunday.
And thanks for coming, Blake. It's really helpful at the start of the stream. Like, it's quite early over here, so I do find it hard to get talking when I first start the stream. So that is one of the reasons I like you jumping on straight away, because I sort of don't know what to say when I wake up. Yeah?
Well,
But
you can send me the link anytime. Usually I wait till there's 5 minutes to go. And I'm like, are you going to ask me to help or?
well, when I send you the link, that's actually what I use to send myself the link. So that's actually how prepared I am. So I actually go to our chat on my phone and click the link on your chat. I don't actually send myself the link.
Yeah, I feel like I'm asserting myself into the stream. Like you're like, you want me up?
All right, guys, all the chat. Thanks for coming. Thanks to the super chats. That's awesome. And I'll see you guys in a fortnight, maybe sooner. Wink, wink. I might get a nighttime stream going. I'm not sure yet. I just don't like doing it fortnightly. I think it's too far between drinks. What do you guys think? Quickly drop it in the chat.
Good idea.
But anyway, we'll leave it on that. Peace out.
All right, see ya.